tell you what, Coley, Friday night, were you in the studio? Bria's made us a cappuccino and a cup of tea. Could almost just snuggle up, mate.
Lovely, innit?
This is what Fridays are for. Apart from the fact, by the way,
it's lovely, mate.
Coming to the studio, I briefly looked up. The lights in here.
Yeah.
It's worse than the eclipse, mate.
Oh, mate, listen, talking about the eclipse, mate.
Did you go out?
What are you doing for your eclipse day?
Hey, I would been working ridiculous hours this summer, mate. Honestly. And I got home, I walked past Peckham Rye, beautiful. It's like arid, by the way. It's about as yellow as the talkSPORT sign in the grass. I'm thinking, there'll be a few people out there.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not joking you. There's thousands with people with colanders, with their cereal boxes and a reflector on it. I mean, fair play. But there were thousands of people. And it was like about 33 deggers. And I thought, nah, I'm going home. So I'll tell you what, I'll put it on YouTube.
Mate.
Live on YouTube. But I expected it all to go dark. It wasn't even...
Do you know what? It just looked a bit muggy. Like there's I don't know. It was just like, you know, when there's like a dark cloud that goes over the sun. Like it's a bit spooky. It was.
Yeah.
It didn't go dark, but it went. What would I say? Misty? Not misty. What's the word?
I don't know.
Muggy. Moody.
To be fair, I felt a bit mugged.
It was a bit
off.
mystical.
Yeah, it was a little.
It was a bit mystical.
A bit mystical, misty and muggy.
Yeah.
Anything beginning with M.
So anyway, I actually forgot about it.
Right.
So I was like rolling out of Tesco's with my shopping.
Didn't have your glasses?
Me and the missus. Nah. I didn't have my glasses. Everyone's queuing up for getting these glasses, these special glasses to look at it and everything. It was me just rolling out of Tesco's. And I figured, oh yeah, the eclipse is happening. And I had a nice little view of it. So I tried to look at it with my bare eyes. Nearly singed off my eyelashes. Mate, it was bad. Like I couldn't see I was blind for about 2 minutes.
Really?
Oh mate,
I was so disappointed by it. I think we were sold a lie on that.
Do you reckon?
Well, obviously.
No. Listen, no.
I thought it was going to be complete blackout.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Like we've had, but it was only 90%, 92%. I think over in England. I think it was 100% somewhere in the world. Iceland, I think it was.
Oh, right, fair enough. Well, it's always dark in Iceland.
Yeah, it's weird over there. But no, I didn't really. Was it more than you expected, or was it less than you expected?
I wasn't even that bothered.
Some people, but it's the build-up. We didn't build up to it. That's why.
Some people cried. Some people found
because I think it's like it's a spiritual shift that people are tapping into.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It was a new era.
Yeah, like a baptism.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And it depends how you want to take it. So no, I'd like to be. I'm interested in how some of our callers spent their eclipse day. Because
hey, get in touch. 03717 2222.
I almost forgot about it.
What do you make of the eclipse? Was it better than the return of the EFL live on talkSPORT, home of the EFL? I bet it wasn't.
Yeah, probably.
Well, should we go to the callers and we can ask them about the football and we can ask them about the eclipse?
Yeah, let's ask about
the eclipse. Alex, Blackburn fan. Alex, first caller of the show. First caller, by the way, as the return of the football season.
Return.
Were you at the game? If not, what do you make of it regardless?
I wasn't at the game, unfortunately, because I was at work. I couldn't get there. But either way, if you said we were going to draw 2-2 at the start of the game, 100% take that, 100%. But I think we were completely robbed, to be honest. Completely robbed.
What did you make of this penalty? We've not really spoken about it yet. His feet are outside the box. His arm, I can't tell from the angle on the telly. Do you feel hard done by?
VAR would be handier, innit?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to debate whether his hand was inside or not. I mean, either way, his whole body was outside. I don't understand how that's a pen, and he can just give that as a clear pen from there. You can't see it really. And also, it's like, come on, it's poor. And, I don't know. I feel like we've been robbed a few times, which is why, we've been robbed by referees multiple times over the years, which is why Tony Mowbray ran down the centre just at the end of the game. So,
do you think this is going to continue? Like, because I tend to agree with you. Sometimes you do look like you get hard done by some decisions, innit?
Yeah.
So I'm looking at it thinking, you don't want this to happen. Is there a dark cloud over Ewood Park, or is there what's going on over there? Because I know that you lot are good enough. You signed some decent players. I know you ain't got loads of money, but you got a good manager in Mowbray there, and I think
and with the extended playoffs as well, surely there's a bit of hope that you could have a good year.
Hopefully you can have a good year and have a bit of luck this time.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, we finished like 7th and 8th over the last 5 years, multiple times. So we could definitely get in there this season. But like, we're good enough. I'm happy with how we played in that game. I think we're just completely done over by the ref, and that's all that we conceded.
Yeah, that's why I was calling out the luck.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's about luck, and that's just so unlucky at that stage of the game.
Yeah.
And that happens to you. You're thinking, it's the first game of the season. Give me a chance
Well, look,
to
Alex,
get my feet under the table.
Alex, thank you for the call, mate, and good luck next season. Great club, Blackburn. It'd be great to see him back in the big time. And Tony Mowbray, by the way, just an all-round legend as a manager.
Yeah.
It'd be great to have him back in the Premier League for a season or two. Let's get the other side of the perspective, though. Big night back at the Molineux. New manager, Cesar Peixoto. Dave is a Wolves fan. Dave, what did you make of his first game in charge and Wolves' return to the Championship?
The performance wasn't great, I thought. I mean, there was it looked lots of misplaced passes, and it just seemed to be a carry on from last season, really, with the way we played, good in spells and then not so good in others. But it was good to be back. Good to have the bit of positivity around the stadium. Following on from last season, because it's been pretty poor this last few years. But I'm pleased for Raul, really pleased. Really pleased.
Yeah,
he got
great
a goal.
story. He could have easily chosen a Premier League club, but he's chosen New because he absolutely loves the Molineux, right? That must be great to have him back scoring.
It is. I question his brain, to be honest. I don't know why he wants to come back.
Can't say that.
I know.
He's still got altitude sickness from playing at the Azteca.
How brilliant that is, yeah. But look, when you see it though, like you got good play. We can see that you got good players. Now it's all about the manager trying to bind those players together to get the results and get a little bit of luck and get the fans behind them cheering. Is this performance today enough for you to be hopeful?
I don't know. There's so many good sides in there, isn't there? There's so many good sides all competing at the top. I think we've got the players. Whether we've got the manager to knit it together, we don't know yet. But I'm positive.
Well, I'm glad you're positive, Dave. I mean, I'm glad and there's reason to be positive because Raul Jimenez is back and he scored. But I can't lie. Yeah. I look at it, I think disappointing for Blackburn, and that's not the performance. I don't think the first half was decent, and they kind of deserved to go ahead. But that second half, Blackburn just had total control. And other than the penalty, which probably was a penalty, but I don't know how the referee's called that confidently from the angle he's at. I can see why Blackburn fans would be annoyed, but we've got a funny text here. Liam, the annoyed Wolves fan, let's say, he says, if that fraud Peixoto is in charge in October, I'll get a Jamie O'Hara tattoo.
Oh, wow.
Absolutely clueless. Worst I've seen Wolves play in a decade.
Wow.
That's Liam, the Wolves fan. Liam, if you want to call up and you want to...
two-footed straight away.
I know. If you want to call up, mate, and you just want to put that on the airwaves, that you'll get a Jamie O'Hara tattoo if he's
need to get you
there
on
in October. We want to have that for the record, right?
We need it for the record. It needs to be recorded, not just read out. You need to call in, mate.
Yeah.
If you feel that passionate about it, call in. And we get this on the air.
Yeah, and maybe we can get Jamie to give the seal of approval on the picture that you get when you get that tattoo. 03717 223344 is the number to call. Wolves fans, Blackburn fans, Arsenal and City fans. We're talking about the Community Shield a little bit later on. And do you think this eclipse stuff went a little bit too far, like me and Coley? Are you still trying to recover your eyesight like Coley? Get in touch.
For me, I think we are going to see an eclipse in the Championship with just West Ham winning all the games, mate.